just like a quarterback. We ain't worrying about no formers, we ain't staying there. Running off the block, yeah, I'm something like a linebacker. I got juice like a Fanta, how you like it? How you like it? I'm on purple, I'm on yellow, like a Viking. Like a Viking. All these plays that I'm catching, I done gone crazy. I do my thing, 6 range, just like Tom Brady. Touchdown, I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the bag on the tag, ain't nothing. Make 'em throw a flag when I pass, come through stunning. Call me tired, girl, it hit the hole, then I ran it. Get money, you ain't tryna get that second flag on the play. Hating from the sideline, a flag on the play. Like Julio with them Falcons, I just made a play. In the red zone, going strong, watch me shake and bake. I'm in the field like a panther, I done up the standards. Like Michael Vick in Atlanta when it's time to scramble. Neck full of water, call me Black Bridgewater. This is second nature, all is automatic. They don't know my name, I'll get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I'll get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They say fall and you let go, but I know I got an antidote to retain some kind of self-control. Look inside my head through a telescope. You erase all the calls from a telephone. No sense of smile, maybe tell a joke. Holding back your tears, singing minimal syllables. Yeah, look at me, at the asylum. Was a fate or mistake, cause the time ain't up. Yet the parts of my mind don't get much love. If you want in my head, come and call me up. You look like a twisted Robin Hood. Yeah, you take from the rich and the poor and us. Wearing diamond shoes where you walk your pugs in a town you create where there ain't no love. Where do I go? Where do I know? Not on the phone, when I'm on my own. They don't know my name, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Stop taking, but still got a reflux. I drip out from the socket to a teacup. Drink up inside, look when they peep us. Jesus in the belly of the beast, but outside there's a war going on your front lawn. Black Hawk, see the red dawn horizon. Blind yet I'm rising, abiding by laws of attraction. My thoughts still rising, thinking what type of knowledge don't sink in. Life gives you limits and my only thought is drinking. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that concerns me early. Lemonade quenching my inner rage when it takes center stage way before they pouring on my grave. Minute Maid, let it set my soul ablaze on each and every way. Put me in the water for the save.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Lemonade, lemonade.
Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Tonight, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
And he returns this to the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Room here to run. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
5-yard line.
So the new season upon us. Every team, of course, big expectations. But the expectations are a little different for this offense. They've got one of the most talented teams in all of the National Football League. They think big things are on the way.
And I got a call from another coach in the league partner who jokingly, and maybe half-jokingly, was asking, did they take the offseason off? Because all I keep hearing is how they're having great practices. And I told him I've heard the exact same thing. People have told you and me that they're like a well-oiled machine already. So the only concern that we're both going to have, with all that talent running around on offense and more being added, there's only one football to go around. If they keep ego out of it, they should be one of the top offenses in the league.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston. Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Winston. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
At the 41-yard line.
Play fake. Winston. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Play action now. Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Winston. He completes this one to Mack. And he loses the football a second time. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Their own 20-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
The Steeler first down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle.
He's brought down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
A gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
A gain of
7 yards there and a first down. And they'll go on the ground. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
4th down.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
He's out of bounds.
And the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the ball is knocked out. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
He was brought down
on a 2nd and long. It's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First down, Steelers.
From the gun, McQueen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
He was taken down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Pushing tacklers aside. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from... And he's in! Touchdown, Steelers! A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
12 yards there and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20.
21-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give him a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Winston's pass.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Down at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
The ball carried by the running back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on bases.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So we have... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Cooper on the return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
32-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now.
And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
The ball carrier fumbled on the play.
They came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one 28 yards on the ground. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. A great play there. With now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
Chris Boswell.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind. Because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now a run with Mack. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Loss of 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A throw over the middle, taken in. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
It's a gain of 13. Brings up 3rd and 9.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Winston's pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of
4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 3. They'll throw again. Winston. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
48-yard line.
Off the play fake, Winston. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mack gets hit, and the ball is free. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Darren Lee there to get him down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Gonna give this time to the tailback.
The ball carried by number 14.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
The Steeler first down.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Bust through the tackle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. A beautiful spin and room to run. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25.
25-yard line.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Carried by number 14.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Space to maneuver at the 40. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him.
What you doing out there, boy? This ain't no high
And they
school.
are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Jameis now on first down. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
Winston on the keeper.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and he'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
He'll buy some time right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Chris Boswell to kick.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Tonight's final.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year.
flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. That's a flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. Flag on the play. Hold up. That's a flag on the play. Let's go. Touchdown. I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the bag on the tag.
We were all riding high after the win. Back in the locker room, I checked my phone and saw tons of rumors about players who wanted to be traded to our team. I figured it couldn't hurt to mention it to the assistant GM. And sure enough, when I brought it up, he was more than receptive.
Didn't your offense have a nickname that year? What was it?
We were setting out to smash records and win championships, so we thought history in the making was appropriate. Time was tight. We had an autograph signing in just a few hours, but I wanted to make sure I got enough work in with the new guys. The practice seemed to fly by. We all left the field feeling pretty pumped for our next game together.
Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now Burrow on first down, and his first pass is incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterback's getting...
And right away, he lost the football.
Joe Mixon on the carry. Fumbled on the play. Recovered by the offense.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brought down.
So this offense, Charles, we've heard of teams acquiring nicknames. You think about maybe the Legion of Boom, the greatest show on turf, the Monsters of the Midway. Well, this offense, they have a new nickname now as well. Self-proclaimed, calling themselves History in the Making. Kind of has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue real smooth too, doesn't it? I know they've got to back it up, but I can't wait to watch them play now myself. When you talk about history in the making, it's happening right in front of us each and every time they go out there and play. Let's take a step back, grab some easy chairs, and watch history in the making ourselves.
31 yards there and a first down.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
Right back to him on first down. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle by...
No gain on the play there, second down.
No gain on the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A little juke. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. Now Burrow down around his goal line. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
16 yards. And the Bengal first down.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his effort.
And he loses the football a second time.
Joe Mixon on the carry. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And I think the ball's out.
Complete to David Njoku.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating when we have to make the call, they already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's like they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now a handoff looking right. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip. And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
Recovered by the offense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Taken down and sacked.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Back to throw. McQueen. And this is caught at the 8. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Returnable here for Davis. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Number 14. Tackle made at the
second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle to puppies as well. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returnable here for Davis. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Perez. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
His own 48-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Burrow. Slant pass to Boyd. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Burrow. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and
not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. You know, Charles, this offense, you and I talked about it off air, but they already had a lot of weapons. But since we last saw them, they've added another piece to the puzzle. Is it possible, though, that maybe at some point you make too many moves? You take... A little too much.
It's possible. There's no doubt about that, because sometimes you can look at it, have it almost perfected, and say, let's add one more, and it doesn't quite work out. That means you've got to know who you're bringing in, and you have to know your locker room and how they're going to gel together and find a way to make it work. And right now, it's working really well for this crew.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Looking to throw on second down. McQueen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive, 4 plays, and a long run there in the end to top it off.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returnable here for Davis. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you?
And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, McQueen firing quickly here, and that's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Now you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
7-yard line.
He won't go down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bengals 14. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returnable here for Davis. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every...
And he lost the football.
Burrow's pass complete. Fumble on the play.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 43-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
5-yard gain on the play. First down, Cincinnati.
Back to Mixon on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. Yeah, that'll make it third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Burrow will throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Burrow's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To the air again, Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And now it's third down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And 4 yards to go.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter. And they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now a throw here, hauled in. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll try to run this one in, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead now up to 14. 21.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 2 touchdowns. Just under 2 minutes to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. First down. Here's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
A fumble on the play.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get to the end zone as well.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in. About 4 yards deep. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down. As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessful.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Complete to
12 yards is the pickup there, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will write a finish to this ball game.
Tonight's final
score. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami.
Kick it and go. Kick it and kick it and go. We'll step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Sideline, touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. We'll step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Sideline, touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go.
Running it back, never a cap, out of the draft, watching me ball. Soon as I snap, hit of the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them all, breaking them all, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do. Sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, must be the shoes, must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them.
We'll step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Sideline, touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. We'll step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Sideline, touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go.
Putting it down for that, time I was dying and out. Had to bring grinding back, doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at. You know what it be, playing this here for the keeps. Had to make off with a feast, a family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Breathe down with the game now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a ring now. Legendary on the field, kinda drip is a skill. It's the highest cruiser bill, ain't nothing to the heel.
We'll step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Sideline, touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. We'll step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Sideline, touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith, sometimes you need to know your worth, sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but in front of the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake, you gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage, with the mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speeding bullet. No, it's cool, it's cool. Don't play with it, play. Say what you gon' do with it? Stop playing with it. If you don't do it, then don't play with it. Exactly. Cause you're not built like that.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I whipped the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, can I hit that? Okay, yeah, can I hit that? Sorry, like you know. Okay, yeah, can I hit that? Okay, yeah, can I hit that? Yeah, Stars born, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew, ooh. Only winning is exception on my crew, yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah. Then I hit that.
Irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. And my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message. You the best, if it ain't me, then you need you a confession. You a mess, you ain't scary to me. Heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you like cheetah, run up down the air in the scene. I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's soft, so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Man, I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all those losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm driving the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't wanna bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break it, but me and myself top two. I blow away the competition like a ball of hot soup. And there's no catch. I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 444 in the car, my dash. Shake a pick, told them all, you went first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma throw that cash to my money.
Fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Hit blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need.
It had been a long journey just to get to this point. And with every step, the stakes were raised. The press wanted to gauge our confidence level. As I stepped away from the mic, I knew the next time we stepped onto the field would determine whether we kept going or vanished forever.
day. From Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one. Now that was a big run. It takes him all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him, because otherwise you're still playing back on your heels, and that's not going to help your defense at all. It's a nice second effort we just saw there. So I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football, because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Slipped one tackle, but no more, as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Duvernay. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson on the crossing route, complete. That's Andrews.
Jackson's pass.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 51 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
By number 14. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of...
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steelers.
So, CD, the playoffs are here and all the excitement that goes along with the month of January. And for this offense, let's be frank, they really feel like they're the team to beat.
And they should feel that way. This team should be uber confident about their abilities to go on a big run here in the playoffs because, let's face it, this is one of the most talented teams in the league. They've assembled talent from the offseason, in the draft, during the season. They've brought in great parts to add to their team. Now it's time to see if they've grown together as a team. And are they more than just the sum of their parts? Are they finally a unit that can do some damage in the playoffs?
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been
pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Needed a couple yards for the two-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will start with an option going left. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st down, Baltimore.
Jackson's going to look to run it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Not the keeper. A fumble on the play.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a 1st down.
At the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little, Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. Said it was a day game. I'm here.
And the lead is up to 15 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Their own 25-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his.
There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Baltimore.
A big play there. 75 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of... ...75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he is inching closer to that 100-yard mark.
And that's the goal. That's the benchmark that every...
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. And I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
Well for the extra point. And that'll set him back 5. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And the lead is up to 15 now. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Runs over him. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Ravens.
From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Devin Duvernay. A 6-yard pick.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a third in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it's the Cleveland Browns who will fight on as they were able to eliminate the Buffalo.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Justin Tucker.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game. And we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantages and all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be fourth and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25.
And here comes the Steelers defense making their way onto the field. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And Andrews lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Complete. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Steelers.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That will. You run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Second and 6. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. Second and 6 from the 10. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now they try the right side here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 10-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
And it's up and good. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Ravens offense back out there. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a first and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Jackson from the shotgun. And his pass incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They throw again on second down. This one's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Jackson's pass. Complete.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And Andrews lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Past the 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though...
And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Taken from just outside the 30. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And now running right through it. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Brought down right at the line of
just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he will have a Steelers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. A gain of 8 and a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. It's a gain of 35. Man open left side is Brown.
Jackson's
and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
To Marquise Brown. A gain of 9 yards.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The Steelers going to survive and advance as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.
T-Rag got me.
If one to be some, you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check.